have an outstanding panel here, and on my left we have a Tiffany.
Yes, from
Local,
Smart,
right?
Smart
local.
Bus in Detroit.
So this will be a very constructive conversation there. So before we start, and can I make a quick poll? So, how many of you guys actually raise your hand if you are using the public transportation at least weekly, once a weekly?
Okay, that's a good. I love it.
That's great. That's great. So you see that. So this is not only something that it's you don't know, and so the public transportation is really part of your daily life. And investing in public transportation, you have the first-hand experience, know the importance of the reliability, accessibility, and also affordability there. So I want to really ask the panel first. You will introduce yourself, your organization, and also maybe just answer the first. What is the single biggest challenges and opportunities for investing in public transportation system there? So starting from Tiffany.
Yes. So Tiffany, Smart in Detroit. We are a regional transportation provider. We provide services to 3 separate counties. We cover 2,100 service area square miles, and we offer both fixed route, paratransit, and now we offer microtransit as well. One of the biggest challenges we had, I think you've already touched on it, Karen, is perception of transit. But truly what we're going through locally is a state funding crisis where we have support for public transportation, but there's an idea on efficiencies that we need to be able to overcome. What it looks like when you support locally is not always at the fare box. So that's one of our biggest challenges right now. One of our greatest opportunities, I believe, is the opportunity to roll out some new and implement new technologies, which I'm really excited to be here at Move America because the product showcase floor is giving us some really great ideas on how to implement farebox technologies that make it simple for people to just tap and ride. We make it somewhat difficult to use transit. You have to understand schedules. You have to understand how to pay the fares. And if we can simplify those things, we can increase ridership overnight. Frequency matters, being able to provide more reliable services that come on time and show up every 15 minutes. That's the sweet spot. We're not there yet, but we're working towards it. So thank you.
Thank you very much. Let's back to the topic here. So when we talk about the public transportation here, so the first thing I want to really ask here is, when and what and how should we really invest in the public transportation? So you all talk about the rural area, right? Rural transit system. So how do we balance, the investment in the core roads and also expanding the transit service to the underserved community, for example, rural or maybe some other underserved communities there. So let's start with,
Sure.
Go ahead.
So public transportation is and always will be part of an ecosystem of services where you've got your heavy line haul services, you've got your federally mandated paratransit services within 3/4 of a mile of that, and then beyond that, you can be creative with your service delivery. We know that you don't need 10 to 15-minute service in a rural area. You need dial-a rides. We at Smart have a wonderful program of community partnership. So in those areas where we know we're not going to be providing fixed route service efficiently, we have local community partners where we help secure federally funded vehicles for them to be able to provide those dial-a-ride services. They're taking care of our seniors, they're taking care of the students, they're taking care of people with disabilities. They're either getting them to the fixed route so that they can get to their final destinations, or they're taking them fully to their destination. And that is one way in which you can create a transit ecosystem. We've recently, over the last couple of years, been piloting the microtransit program, which is very similar, although it's directed and driven by Smart. We hit our millionth ride last year. And it has been very popular. It's only in 5 communities. We have 5 pilots right now, but it is something that folks are demanding we do more of. We've been working on a smarter mobility program to address exactly what you're talking about. Post-pandemic, we saw travel patterns change drastically. So much more work from home, People are not coming, they're not driving into the downtowns. It's not that hub and spoke system anymore. There's multiple locations where people are congregating for work, and trying to address that and understand that. We've talked to over 30,000 people while we're going through the Smarter Mobility program to rework our system. It is ever evolving.
So let's switch topic on the innovation side. Also, talk about that you guys are using the data to really improve the transit operations there. So can you elaborate a little bit more on how this kind of innovation would really affect the transit operation?
What we learned with respect to technology, reliability is the key indicator of your organization's health. But what we learned in March of 2020 was just how comfortable we had gotten with doing it the old way, and how that was not going to work any longer. What we are currently doing internally, and I know my partner agencies at DDOT and AAATA all over Southeast Michigan are looking at our administrative processes first. This is a layered approach you have to take to technology. You can't do technology for technology's sake. I think a lot of people purchased a lot of things over the last several years that they don't even know how to use. We're taking a serious look and doing an enterprise resource plan to understand what technologies are going to help us best support our operations. And on the maintenance side, we are also reviewing everything from the ground up on how we're doing preventive maintenance and how we are looking at our vehicles and utilizing them so that we can leverage the most out of the federal government in terms of replacing them. This wasn't the thought pattern prior to that. We had gone to sleep a bit, I'll just be honest, in the public transportation industry. We were comfortable, and that made us uncomfortable. And when you're uncomfortable, you have to do better. And that's where we're at now. So we're looking at the future and the technologies. We've got to get servers that can handle the capacity for all of the data that's coming our way. We have a lot of work to do to build out infrastructure to be ready for what's coming next. I'm fortunate that we have a board of directors and a regional partnership across the three-county area that wants this for us and is pushing us to get there. So we're thankful for their support. We have a circumstance whereby for the first time in Southeast Michigan, the gentleman that runs the Detroit system, we've had relationships spanning over a decade, as well as the RTA and as well as the Ann Arbor Area Transit Authority. We've all been working on this for 20 years, and for the first time, we're all in position to make a difference and to work together, and there's trust there. So, Monica, we are going to try to compete with Columbus.
Bring it.
Friendly competition. That's what NACTO's about.
I love it. All I can do is celebrate when that happens in a different community.
So we almost run out of time here, but I have a last question. Just let everyone just give probably 15 seconds to answer that. So when investing in public transportation there, what are the single one most important things that we must get it right? So what is that single things that you think most critical that we got to really get it right?
Everyone, every stakeholder, internal and external, has to understand the why and buy into what it is we're doing.